tour, a whistle-stop tour around the UK. I don't actually know what whistle-stop means. I kept thinking of it, a continuous whistle tour. Anyway, I'm doing it. I've just flown from Belfast. I started this morning in Southampton, went to Bristol, Cardiff. Then we went to Belfast. Belfast was fantastic. There were people, some of you people here, I guess, would be people who were curious, and there's some people who are organisers for the Yes Vote for AV. Thank you for everyone doing that, especially the volunteers working really hard. I know the polls are against at the moment, but I'm going to just lay out what I think about AV. And when I was, and it's linked back to when I was campaigning in the last election on behalf of the Labour Party. I'm a member of the Labour Party. I found that students really wanted to hear a vision. People of your age really want politicians to have a vision of the future, because you're in your early 20s and you want to be able to grab hold of something for the future that you can take through your 20s before you get into your 30s and really get into positions in businesses or whatever you're going to do, if you're going to be politicians, if you're going to be artists, creative people, if you're going to be sports people, whatever it is, you need something to keep you going. And it's our duty to try and come up with that. I think the alternative vote is part of that. It is fairer. The one thing I found that people all across the UK, all across the world, really links us all is fairness. That is the only thing that we're searching for. There's a thing in the Bible. I'm not religious. I decided I don't believe in God. He's not up there. He's never up there. That's why all these tsunamis that why you're written. I'm an atheist, a complete atheist, but I'm spiritual atheist. And I'm going a bit biblical here, but I'm going to just mention this. There's only one line in the Bible I grab and I throw it out, and that's do unto others as you'd have others do unto you. And that is just fairness, being fair. And I think the alternative vote is fairer. It is simple. It is 1, 2, 3. It's very simple. You just list things in order. Then no campaign says this is really difficult. What the hell is difficult about 1, 2, 3? Who are the people in the no campaign? Can't they do 1, 2, 3? Can they only go 1, 2 and then it runs out? The no campaign is driven by the Tory party. It is funded 99% by the Tory party, not 95%, not 96%, but 99%. Now you might be Tory voters, that's cool, that's okay. But okay, when I say cool, that's the wrong word. It's not actually cool. I just want to say about the Tory party that in the 1800s, the vote used to be just for people who had a stake in the country, people who owned property, and then they widened it. They changed the law, they widened it into a vote for every man, not even women at this stage. Who opposed it? The Tory party. When women went for votes in the 1920s, the suffragette movement, who opposed that? The Tory party. Now, the alternative voting system, who is opposing it? The Tory party. So, I just advise you, even if you're sympathetic towards that, to put it to one side and kind of ignore it. Because it is fair. It is quite simple. I think it's going to be fair. It's going to be better. It was more power in individuals, in the control of individual voters, and it'll make the MPs work harder for us. Now, let me explain this quite simply. There's a lot of safe seats. You know that. You may live in a safe seat. Your parents may live in a safe seat. There's nothing can happen. If you disagree with the politics in the safe seat, there's nothing you can do about it. With the alternative voting system, the people who normally look to their core support, they will have to talk to other people as well. They have to try and get second choice votes. It means that the MPs will work harder. It means that they will talk to more of the constituents in their constituency. They have to, otherwise they're going to lose their seat. It's better for us. It's better for the voters. It's quite simple. And the people, the entrenched people down in Westminster don't want it to happen. And the right-wing press don't want it to happen. Just look at it. It's right out there. It's just simpler, and we've got one chance to do it. We've never had a chance to do this. Going back to the 1800s, we weren't given a choice. We weren't given a choice. This is the first time. It's on Thursday, and we have to get people out, because all the right-wing papers, 2/3 of the papers are right-wing, they're going, no, Nazis will come, and well, they probably hope. But no, they're not quite that bad. Sorry? Yes, Daily Mail has a distinct problem. If you go back to the 30s and read some of their editorials, they were slightly leaning towards. That's better. Anyway, they just weren't just a matter of record. Now, I think this is good for us. We haven't had a chance. I was born back in the 60s when all of you were minus 30, I think. Back in the 60s, this is before curly whirlies. Yes. At that time, 95% of people voted either Labour or Tory. Now, in the elections, it is a different situation. In the last election, only about 2/3 of the people elected into Westminster did not have a 50% majority. They were voted in. The majority of people in their constituencies did not want the person in. They wanted someone else. They voted for someone else. Probably a whole series of other people. But this will change that. Alternative voting changes tactical voting. It just gets rid of that, which is better. I think it's going to be better. And it already exists. We have a form of alternative vote in the X Factor. That already, we know how it works. In the Eurovision Song Contest, it's already there. The leader of the Labour Party is elected by alternative vote. David Cameron, the leader of the Conservative Party, is elected by alternative vote. And he says he doesn't understand it, doesn't know how it works, it's too complicated. And he was elected that way. What's going on in his brain? But I think probably David Cameron is a genuine guy. But behind the shop window of David Cameron, the Tory party are the Dementors from Harry Potter. Now that's... we can't prove this scientifically, but we know it to be true. They will suck your face off. So just bear that in mind when you're looking at the toing and froings on this. So it's out there. We can do it. It can change it. It's a small change, but it could work. And I think it is good for us. And I believe in politicians. I'm actually one of those strange weirdos who believes in politics. I believe in politicians. I want to be a politician in 9 years' time. What a strange number I put on that. But yes, I'm planning to run as a politician. But I do actually believe you can do something positive. You can change. I do things in a different way. I did tell everyone I was a transvestite when I was 23 years old. I have run 43 marathons in 51 days. And I've just stopped my show. I've run 4 weeks of doing my gigs in Paris, in French. I've come back to do this here, and I'm doing it tous en français. Je me fais mon spectacle en français maintenant. C'est pas si difficile. So the future is right here. You can grab hold of the future. You can do it. You can change it. But it is the youth that will change this country, because the older people tend to be entrenched. You can change it. You need to get yourselves and your friends out there and change it. On Thursday, May the 5th, we have one chance, just one chance. Not going to come again in our lifetime. This is really it. This is the thing to do. So we should go in there. We should make this change, a very British change and a small change. A change that makes MPs work harder for us, a change that is fairer, and a change that gives more power to individual voters. So give politics back to the people and vote yes for the AV vote on May the 5th. Thank you very much.